Good morning, Planeswalkers. This is Chad of the Signature Spellbomb, and while doing my first stream on Wednesday, where I was actually able to play some Oathbreaker with a patron of mine on stream, I kind of talked to the viewers at the time and asked them if they would like to see me do some MTG Arena Brawl. I do have to admit that I spent a lot of time away from Arena. It's not my favorite way to play Magic, and I might talk about that if you guys ask, but I'm not going to belabor it. If I'm not asked, I'm not going to waste time on it. I really would just like to play some games with you today. But getting more to the point about not playing Arena much, I don't have much of a card pool. So I do have a place to build from where I am weak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to the gameplay screen. And we can kind of see what we want to do. hmm. This gameplay screen isn't showing up. So I am still new to OBS. If you guys can please forgive me for that. Here we go. Did it show up? This is how I know. Aha! And we're live with my gameplay screen. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do something I talk about sometimes on the channel, but I don't really have a good example, and that is going to be that when you have a limited card pool, but you already have a deck you love, but you want to adapt it to another format, you can do your best within the confines of what you already have, what's given to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the new decks that was just given to me on Arena, and I am going to convert it to a Brawl deck. So that's just going to take a second. That's going to be what I'm going to play to try to get most of my wins this morning. See, I've already done it once before. And as I'm just playing with these decks, they're not the end-all be-all. They're not going to be my best thing. They're just going to be the thing I am using to build up a collection, build more cards so I can start getting enough gold to actually play in some drafts, get some events, get more cards, try to build my collection back up. So let's go into actually just the regular deck editor. I'm going to delete this one. I got to check my goals. So my goals right now are blue and black spells, blue and green spells. So I probably want to choose one of those two. Let's go with the Simic, actually. So I'm going to grab Avalanche. I'm going to clone it. I'm going to go into menu clone. Come on, machine, you can do it. I know you can. And you can kind of see everything that's in the deck. First thing I want to do is just kind of look, see what I have, commander-wise, that I can just kind of throw into that commander slot, because I already know I don't have a lot, because what I'm going to do is this is going to be a Brawl deck. So once I change it to Brawl, it's still the standard legal format, but if I click just to see, oh, I gotta turn this back on. If I click, this is currently showing me all the legal commanders I have that I could play. And as you can see, I don't have a lot of options. So actually the legendary creature in the deck is literally the only choice I have for this type of Brawl deck. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have to realize that they've built me a pretty astringent curve here. I would like to maybe move it closer to the lower end to make it more competitive. That is going to be difficult with the cards I have. But since I'm just trying to keep the functionality of this deck relatively similar, what I want to do is essentially remove cards and replace them with a card as similar as possible to what I'm losing, and then I can worry about rebalancing later. I like to start from the lands, actually, because those are generally the simplest changes to make, and I just like to look at whatever I need to look at while I'm doing that. I'm going to take out 3. And since those were all unique lands that tapped for one of either of my colors, I'm going to first see what I can put in the deck that's going to try to keep that parity so I still have the same number of mana sources across both colors. Well, I can run another tapped land. I can run this pathway. So that gives me 2 of 3. So now I hit a wall. I don't really want to run this archway because I don't want to have to pay 1 for a land. It basically comes into play tapped. That puts me 1 turn behind my opponent, and if I have to pay for it, puts me 2 turns behind. A Summervale is basically comes into play tapped, and it's either going to always be a forest or always be an island that's close because it's going to give me whatever I need at the moment. But I think the best choice in this situation is to get an Evolving Wilds. When I go to play it, it's going to be a tap land. It's going to come into play. The land it's going to get me is going to be a tap land. It's going to be whatever I need at the time, and whatever I'm getting as a basics coming into play. It also pulls 2 cards out of my deck, thinning my deck and making it so I probably won't draw an additional land later. So I'm going to go for the option to put the fetch in, basically. So that makes up for the 1, 2. Wait a minute. What is it doing here? Put the pathway in, I put this in, and I put this in. Still seem to be 2 cards down. Let's see, so I've got 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. That's probably going to be fine, And if I'm wrong, I can eat some crow later. Let's see, mill 3 cards, return 2, target snow permanent cards from my graveyard to my hand. Choose 3 cards in each player's graveyard. Well, 3 seasons isn't bad, but it's not great either. Let's see, I gotta go back up here too and look at something else. So I think the reason I'm short at least 1 card is there was a second Zimone in here. So when I put 1 up in the command zone, I think it automatically removed 1. So there's something to keep in mind, that we need like a 2-cost creature we have to replace that can be in either color that's not accounted for in this, and then we're short 1 other card somehow. We'll play that by ear. So let's work my blue. I've got to replace 2 bubble snares. What they do for us is they tap a creature and they make it so it doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. And if actually enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, we tap the creature. So they always make it so that creature can untap, but we have to kick it to make it a better spell. So let's see what else we have maybe in blue in the low side that's going to act as removal. I don't think I'm going to have anything that's going to be permanent removal, but something that immediately comes to mind. Oh, I am running quite a bit of snow permanents in the current deck. Well, that tells me something important. That tells me that 3 seasons is probably going to be important because I've got some snow permanents for sure. I also have snow lands, so I have something to hit. I'm going to use that to make up for Zimone now. I know it doesn't really, but it is just a direction to take to try to get to building this deck as fast as I can so I can get some games in. I can always go back and tune it as I play it. That's something I suggest everybody do, is that you build the deck as you learn what the format is, how the deck plays, and whether or not you need to do more. I think adding an Unsummon as a removal spell for one of my bubble snares is okay. Unsummon is better than most people think. I've got a friend that just swears up and down by it because it has a lot of utility in different situations. It can save your creatures and protect your items from going to the graveyard because you put them in your hand instead. It can help you cheat on commander attacks if you would lose your commander rather than having it go to the command zone, getting it back in your hand. So that's very much the same use case, but it has a little additional bonus there. It's an instant, and it's 1 mana, so in certain Storm deck combos or whatever, you can play something that's cheap or free, unsummon it, play that thing again, and now you're already at a 3 count, and then also just removing an opponent's blocker or creature or attacker, and come into play effects, so I can only really add 1 of those, though, so I'm looking for another pseudo 1 mana removal spell if I'm not going to find it in blue. So this is where compromises start to happen. This Blizzard Brawl is already in the deck. there's always going to be an aspect of there's what you want to do and there's what you can do. And being willing to do your best with what you have is what you got to do. And you can see here, like I said, I don't have a huge collection because I was away from Arena for a long time. So, given that the purpose of the card that was removed was to kind of slow my opponent, getting to control my top deck and having a blocker is still going to help me in the combat situation. I do still have to remove another Bubble Snare then. Blizzard Brawl is 1 mana, and it's removable because it's a fight or bite mechanic. I can't afford to take out too much removal because then I'm just going to be very weak. I get stronger opponents who just get the run on me. So I do have to do something about that. So I think this Blizzard Brawl is going to be Devouring Tendrils. Okay. This Emergent Sequence, well, that's a toughie. Because what we're losing here is not just a creature that gets made by this for 2 mana, but also ramp, because a creature it's making is usually going to be a land. So, for 2 mana, you know, we basically, I guess, are going to end up running a ramp creature. I don't have one that is snow, which would be ideal. Well, Emergent Sequence ramps me 1. So this Prosperous Innkeeper, but like in the wrong way. I'm probably just going to have to take a Mana Elf. Yeah, let's take a Woodland Mystic. Sculptor of Winter. See, that hurts because that's 2 mana ramp spells. So this deck does seem a little mana hungry. Let's make up for the removal we lost earlier. You know what? I'm going to put Ranger class in, getting a free creature if I can get it all the way up. This is basically at level 3. It is a draw value engine where I can just keep playing stuff from the top. If my curve was a lot lower, then that would be a great way to just keep playing creatures and get way ahead in the turn. It's not, but if it was, that would be great. I do think I'm probably towards the end of this going to lower my curve just because that'll make it easier in the long run to hit my goals for the day. Since my goal is to play so many spells, setting myself up to play spells as early and as often is just the better choice. Vortex Runner is a 2/3 with evasion, so a bird is almost better here if I can find something cost effective for what I want. Well, and if anybody who's listening, I don't think anybody's actually jumped in here. I think I'm mostly just talking to myself, but I think it's just good practice for being on camera and presenting, so I don't really mind that at all. But if anybody wants to jump in and make a suggestion, that is fine. I will try not to be judgy. I think losing the Vortex Runner for this Drake is going to be a good idea because it's flying. I'm not getting the same power. I'm not getting the bonus if I had 8 or more lands, but it is an evasive creature 2/1, and it gets me some draw. So let's hope that that segues into some more lands and some more power down the road. Working my way down, we got Spirit of Agar. Enters the battlefield, search our library for snow land card, put in our hand, and then it gets +1/+0 for each other snow permanent. Well, that hurts too, because that takes me back in that place I was at a second ago, where what I'm losing for the most part, for most of these cards I'm removing, is ramp. So continuing to just lose ramp 1 card at a time is not great. I'm not really casting or copying a lot of blue spells, or green spells even for that matter. Yeah. Well, I hate to put my energy into mana dorks, creatures that tap for mana, because the minute I come up against one bad board wipe, I'm having a bad day. I'm going to pick up this Inscription of Abundance just because a modular card with so many choices is generally going to provide us some very good opportunities. Gaining life is good, putting 1/1 counters on the creature is good, fighting is good. So this is removal, a combat trick, and a oh shit button, a 1/1 package. So that's not bad. I do feel like take out this Eureka moment for mulch. It's not ideal, but I'm looking for something that's going to draw or pull a bunch more cards out of my deck. And I'm, like I said, I want to trend towards cheaper where I can. Chondrix Cultivator. So 4 cost. That's another ramp spell. They're killing me, Smalls. They're killing me. Well, if I have to take out ramp at that cost level, I'd rather put in removal. So let's deal with some permanents with this. Bergstrider. So I'm mostly not trying to build the perfect deck. I'm just trying to make concessions so I can take the collection I have, get to playing, and getting some wins in, because the wins are going to segue into other things I can do and more cards down the road. Sometimes it's just about getting more cards. Again, anybody in the chat, if anybody joins, let me know if you see something you think I'm doing wrong or you think I should throw in. That is fine. I'm not going to really talk through every single choice. It's what I've been doing to this point, but I think at this point I've kind of justified most of what I'm saying. So, you know, it is kind of what it is. I'm going to call that good. The mana base is probably a little bit off now, but you can see my curve has drastically changed to the 2s. So that should help me complete my daily goal faster. It doesn't give me a lot of big beaters, but it does give me more options. So we'll see where we get. Oh, it says I got an invalid the deck, so I'm still 1 card short. Well, I removed a lot of snow creatures because I couldn't play them. So it'd be nice to put 1 back in. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Let's get to game 1. I've kind of got my deck building example. I'm not going to do that in the future. That's just me kind of displaying how you make something a convertible. You're just converting something, and then you can tool and tune later. Nothing ever has to be perfect out of the gate. The way you get better at Magic is playing a lot of games and learning what works for you. Playing to your play style and your strengths is going to do a lot from you. Now, can you learn something from other people? Yes. Good players are good players for a reason. I don't like Arena so much for learning how to play the game, because Arena learns your triggers for you. I think good Magic players need to be playing in paper in a format where they have to remember their triggers and stuff, because that's really how you get to that next level. That's how you get to a point where you have the necessary skill to play, because knowing how and when to play the cards is, I would say, a fairly important thing. Knowing how triggers work, knowing how the stack works, knowing how different rules work is important. I'm leaving that forest on top because I know the deck seems to be mana hungry because of how much ramp was in it. I can also see what's in my hands, so I also already feel that I'm kind of a little behind. She's going to help me ramp, so she's going to make up for some of my problems for what I lost. So the Avalanche Caller's good, but he's going to be really squishy for now. So let's get this. This fast playing and killing is a bad sign. This is probably a tuned, maybe life gain deck in white-black. So we've got to look out for. I should have known that was going to happen. There is good odds. I'd rather, I think, lose that than the Avalanche color at this point in time. Wow. This is going to be rough. They're quite a bit ahead of me now. I'm going to save this instant as a combat trick when he attacks enemy, because, oh, I can't. I need to get a creature down first. Let's go here. So 1-3, so... this is something I've got to do. He took my commander out. I've kind of got to take his out just to keep parity, especially since he's running life gain. If I let him get too far ahead of me, I'm going to be having a really bad day. So this actually kind of puts me back into the game a little bit more. We'll see, though. He's definitely going to want to play this again. Oh, he's ramping. It's not a good sign. There's a lot of creatures in... that puts me on a clock, too. There's a lot of creatures that exist that are problematic. I'm going to leave that. You know, it's probably a mistake, but I'm going to leave that for now. There's a lot of creatures that are problematic where whenever the opponent gains life, they're going to put 1/1 counters on them, they're going to grow, and it's going to get out of control, which I'm pretty sure is the deck I'm up against. So... see what we can get. A couple lands, lose a couple things. That'll happen. We're going to stay on the same play pattern, though. Next turn, I'm definitely endeavoring to keep some mana up. This is going to drop down to 5 and 2 blue just for playing my lands. I will have only 5 available, so I'm still going to be short. So I do still need to find more lands. This hurts me bad. This puts me way behind. I'd be really surprised if he doesn't choose my commander. He chose my commander. Okay, that's fine. My deck is not as based around my commander as his deck is. Mine is a snow deck. Man. Yep. What's play things he has no quality of? I don't want him to know what's in my hand, so if I play this, I'm basically giving free information to my opponent. I really would love to be able to remove his commander here. Let's do this. It's not great because I'm going to end up putting myself behind. But what I want to do is, I think, just go to combat and swing for 4. If I lose a land here, that's... I'm not going to lose a land here. I misplayed. No attacks. Why did this tap? Well, that's no good. I feel like something happened there. That's a problem. Well, it's still day, though. Man. Is there a counterspell on this? Artifact or enchantment? Yeah. I'd like to wait to stop any of that. That does hurt. This gets me a better blocker for next time. It's not ideal. I think I picked the worst early opponent I could. Let's look at the top 5. He might have a response in his hand. Or he's put a stop on my turn. You can't really judge what's in the player's hand based on that, but... Oh, it's waiting on me. I thought it was waiting on the opponent. Oh. Do I not have enough blue? I don't. Oh. I'm in a bad place. I'm in a bad place. No attacks. He's in a situation now that is just very good. He doesn't swing for 5 just to get the 3 before I'll be surprised. So I'm doing some basic math here. I've realized that I need to get like 15 wins a day to grind and build up Arena. I know what my board is. I know what my opponent's board is, and I can see their combo engine coming online. So this is one of those points in the game where I can make a decision as to how much energy I want to put into it, you know, because the odds I'm going to win is very low. He's at 32, I'm at 17, you know. I'd have to basically hit the right thing to get back in. Yeah, I need to. It'd be nice if I could also tap something else down, but let's get in with a land. Yeah, that does give away information, but it's fine. Because that's the only thing that can really do anything about what he's got. I'd be surprised if he blocks here. He doesn't need to. He doesn't really need to risk or lose anything. If he does, it's because he's hoping to maybe generate another angel. Because if he can gain 4 life in his current turn, this will trigger. So his engine is a problem for me. If I can't deal with it probably next turn, it's going to be very hard for me to get ahead. I'm happy he did that. I'm unhappy he did that. That's fair. I would have done the same thing. So that is a bummer. Did gain lifelink. He was going to get his angel. Like I said, was a possibility. So not surprised. This would probably be a good place to think about conceding. I was hoping he was going to go down a blocker or have a creature tap, and that would keep him from attacking during his turn because it would have been a high risk, low reward situation. Now it's all reward. I mean, being able to play out Black Spell. All he did is got way ahead of me. See, so we've got 8, got 12 in the air, and I'm at 17. This is a good time to just say GG because I don't have a good blocker, and to go ahead and concede. Like I said, I'm trying to get to 15 wins as fast as possible to grind. I'm also trying to get to my spell cast per day to hit that goal. So playing any slow game or any game where I don't have a good advantage is me wasting my time. I do not want to spend 4 hours on Arena. Oh, is Oathbreaker a format on Arena now? God, I wish it was. I'm so sorry, Matthew. I've been just kind of talking to myself out of habit to get better at presenting on camera. So thank you for asking. It's not. I'm playing Brawl this morning. I'm trying to build up my collection because I haven't been playing Arena very diligently. I don't prefer one-on-one Magic. How do you feel about one-on-one Magic, Matthew? I'd really like to know. I don't prefer it. I feel like I get the most fun out of Magic when I can kind of politic and hang out and play and have a great time with my friends. But I'm also not super competitive by nature. You know, on my Wednesday stream where I played Oathbreaker with one of my patrons live, I floated the idea to my people that, hey, would you watch me play some Brawl on stream because it's the closest you can kind of get to Oathbreaker. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I hope I didn't ignore Matthew so long that you laughed. I was really bad about that. I gotta get better being a streamer thing, you know. This is the play. Give myself a 2/2 in another land. Let's ramp. So, Matthew, since I think you might be the only one here listening and talking this morning, who do you have an Oathbreaker deck for? I'd really like to know, because I want to know what's popular, what people are enjoying playing, because it's still a wild world out there. For Oathbreaker, it's still very much the Wild West, So I kind of want to know what's going on, What's going on? What's going on? I apologize. I am not a professional singer. I do have my sexy radio announcer voice, though. So at least I've got that going for me. What I've done here is I've converted one of the just standard decks I give you into a playable deck, kind of. Trying to get in my daily wins. I'm so far behind on Arena, I really just need to kind of grow a collection. So my goal is to get my wins as fast as possible, get my number of spells played for the colors I have to play for as fast as possible, to help me grind to playing some actual draft events to build up my collection and then just get better. So yeah, I've just converted the deck as quickly as possible just to get playing this morning. Yeah, I think Matthew might be gone. That's a bummer. That's okay. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. As I get better at this OBS thing, I think it's going to just be more interesting to me. This isn't ideal, but I can segue this into getting rid of his flyer, putting 2 1/1 counters on my Drake, and drawing a card. So yeah, let's do that. Like, it's not ideal. I'd really rather get rid of the Sorin, but I've got to get some damage in. Okay. I can wait for my opponent's end step to play the extra land, and then hopefully I draw another land. I need to get into ramping a little bit, but for now, I need to just get into the red zone. Just get in there and do some damage. Who am I playing against? Fab. I gotta love anybody who's fabulous. Sorry. I'm a bad human being. It's okay. That's a problem. We'll see what I draw. The fact that he is playing flyers and he's making flyers at a good rate is going to eventually put me behind. And I can admit to that. I'm going to give him the nice too. That is well played. Bummer. That was kind of the way to get around that. Nighthawk. Well. Yeah. Let's do this. Nope. Cancel. Let's wait till his end step to get that out of the land. I really wish I had an additional land to use, but that is fine. I mean, it's not for nothing. We'll get a forest. Two target creatures. Yeah. It's the only way I can deal with this Nighthawk for now. Right now I'm just trying to get back in here. I'm gonna lose this. Sadly, it helps me the least against its current board state. This is the thing to do right now. No, it's not. This is the thing to do.
I'll fix that.
Yarg. rough. He's kind of done a good job of getting an answer off the top of his deck after everything I do. It'll happen. You know, Arena will give you the draws sometime. This isn't ideal. This is going to be basically tap down. If I could find a way to tap the other creatures, I'd be even better off. 1 mana short using some eligibility. I'm going to just give myself another card. It's not ideal with an MV0 hand. In blue would be nice to hold something. There's not a good reason to attack. It doesn't get me anywhere, and he may have a combat trigger, so I think the worm has turned, and like I was saying in the previous game, it's not a bad idea to get to the point of making judgment points. Just looking at the board and being, where is he? Where am I? How long is it going to take to close out this game? If you got to get 15 wins a day in Arena, you need to really weigh how much time you want to spend on each individual game. If you just need fast wins, you don't necessarily want to waste a time in a game that feels hopeless. I'm not having the best gameplay this morning. I should have probably done something different, but, you know, that's life. You can't win them all, or in my case, you can't win them some. Now, well, this is getting out of control. I'm trying to remember if I have a board wipe. I honestly don't think there was one in the base construction of the deck. So let's go with this. With power and toughness each equal to the number of lands I control, non-token creatures or forests. Yeah, let's get a 9/9 out there. Yeah, that's a good plan. There's no reason not to dig right now. He doesn't have mana to play anything else, but you know, Magic's a funny game. Not having mana to play anything else doesn't generally mean shit. Would be the nicest way for me to put that. Yeah, I think the thing to do is to take a risk. I'm not going to get really flying damage through, but I need to do something about his board state. I'm going to work on his thing that creates even more flyers for him first. I do have a lovely, beautiful puppy dog that is crying and whining and moping in the background of the video. So that is that sound you might be hearing. Her owner is out right now, and she has been giving me her love instead. That was a good plan on his part. I was actually half expecting him to decrypt. You think creatures can't block, can they? No, I think they can. They just have to be sacrificed if you do. I'm surprised he didn't block with the Decayed creature then. You know, that's fine. Not the turn I wanted to happen. I was half hoping he would chump block and get rid of a bunch of stuff. To be honest, his 5/3 in the air is 1/4 in the air that might transform soon. His ability to use Sorin to make more flyers. Don't feel good about that. I don't. I've got him down to 17, but I'm staring down the barrel of at least one lifelink creature. So that can twist. Yeah, that was a good play. That was a good play. I would have done the same, so I can give respect there. Respect where respect is due. Honey, you're fine. You're fine. You really, really are fine. So, you know, we'll see how far I get. It's interesting to play some Brawl too. Like I said, I usually don't like to play one-on-one games. They're very competitive. All my hate can only go at one person's face, and all their hate can only come at mine. There's not a lot of like politicking or fun that can happen there. So, you know, it's not ideal. It's not the game I want to be playing, but it is the game I get to play. Kind of surprised by that choice of attack. I think he's afraid I'm just gonna do something crazy, so he's leaving up blockers, just assuming something really bad is coming. which is good play. That's good play. He's staying pretty far ahead of me, so that will spend all my mana, but it will also draw me a card. It's not ideal. Wow. I don't know that tapping those creatures is worth playing a 3/4. Attacking into Death Touch with any of my big creatures is a bad plan. We're going to pass. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm a little afraid now that we're going to be getting into a life game battle, that we're going to get stuck in a play pattern. He's also not taking a lot of the big risks. This can make this game very long. I'm still on the win though, so I'm not losing yet. Oh no, I hope he didn't get disconnected. Oh no, that was off of me. Okay. I just don't want. He's working on getting his Runo online. My favorite Oathbreakers are Mtg Lost Dragon God. Good choice. I just did one of those. Rao Storm Conduit. Yeah, he has definite combo potential. I don't like Rao for that personally, but he's interesting. And Tezzeret, oh geez. Well, it depends on what type of. Oh, I know what type of deck I'm playing against now. It depends on what type of Tezzeret deck you're building. If you want to play Affinity, then the Master of the Bridge is obviously the best one because he's going to set you up very well. He's going to be very good in that use case. If you want to just have an ult on the Tezzeret that's cheap, affordable, and easy to get to, that you can use to burn people out of the game, then I would say the Agent of Bolas is the best. I run Agent of Bolas in a self-mill deck. My Planeswalker is Ashiok, and my signature spell I can't remember off the top of my head. But the point is to get like a whole bunch of artifacts into play and either kill the Tezzeret or get a shit ton of artifacts into my graveyard and win off of Mirrodin Besieged. So there's that. I get Tezzeret. Tezzeret's good. My favorite Planeswalker build around so far has been Watley. I don't really know why that is. I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Wordspark Planeswalkers because the additional value of having a static enchantment that's a little harder for your opponents to deal with. This is the time to concede this game. This is a little harder for your opponents to deal with. Is nice. Most of those commanders provide very clear, defined build-around options or win condition. I'd have to say the one I have that is strongest right now, oddly, is Jang Yungui Wildcrafter with Burst of Strength as a signature spell. What I've done is I've filled the deck with creatures that tap for more power or do for more mana equal to their power or the number of one counters on them. So I rush out Yang. Suddenly, any creature I have with a 1/1 counter on it now taps for mana. So that ramps me greatly. That puts me pretty far ahead. Then I'll tap, say, an Evolving or Evolution Sage for 1 mana. Play my signature spell. Put a 1/1 counter on my Evolution Sage. Untap it because that's what Burst of Strength does. Tap the Evolution Sage again to cast it a second time, and now I've gone from having a 1/1 to having a 3/3, and then I can swing with it. And since most of the creatures kind of have that same play power pattern where their power gets bigger as they get more 1/1 counters on it, it actually can help keep me ahead of commander attacks and do some degenerate things. I've got maybe 6 creatures of that type in the deck, so it is actually fairly playable, and then a lot of the other spells in the deck are based around untapping, just to really drive home that mana value, that those big plays. So there's that. I'm not doing well with this. I'm probably going to switch up and try something else soon. I'll keep this. I'm going to be unhappy, but I'll Nope, I can't. I'd make bad decisions all the time. I hope you guys will like that. I hope you'll get used to watching me try to get better at playing Magic. Okay. Got a place to get to. Now we're just figuring out how we get there. Nice. Interesting. I'm going to basically go and get a land. I'm also basically going and getting a target, which is not likely. Creature lands are definitely easier to remove than land lands, but it's not bad to get some sort of spell right in there. So he's going to be playing aggressive. More power to him. Well, let's do this. I can't quite read that. I can't do anything with that yet. So let's. Yeah. Let's get rid of this flyer. Let's return the favor. Bolt the bird. That's not actually what that means, but yeah. I'll take my wins where I can get them. And not having a good built card pool for not having played Arena for so long does put me at a disadvantage against anyone in franchised. I'm sure many more people are going to be playing on the weekend because this is when a lot of people don't have work. So I'm going to have a tougher time today than I would some other days. We're just going to try to get there. We're just going to try to get our wins, our spells cast per day, get some achievements, get to the point where I can actually buy into some drafts, build up my card pool again, to get to a point where I can start upgrading and building slightly better decks. It is a process. Well, I missed my land drop there, so the thing to do is to fix that. Let's go get my land. Let's go get my land. I know I generally need 2 islands to actually succeed, so that is worth doing. I'm up to 3, so not terrible. Let's see, 1, 2. I don't know why it's lighting up, because it's not like I can... Oh, maybe I can actually re-trigger that ability. That's terrible. No, I can actually do it. Let's do it. Oh, nope, I can't. I thought this was a snow creature for some reason. Let's do this. My plan. Really hoping I'm not playing into a board wipe or mass bounce spell right now. Yep. I've done worse. I've done stupid. I guess right now what I'm really enjoying playing is just, I always like to have a bunch of decks with me at a game night for 2 reasons. It's really hard kind of to build up an Oathbreaker group. It's a new enough format that you have to put in additional work if you really want to be getting Oathbreaker in person. And there's just a lot of other things enfranchised players that can be doing that are maybe a slightly better use, of their time, for lack of a better word. If they're really invested in EDH or some other format and they don't want to move forward, then that's rough. But by having extra decks with me, I have often found that it entices people to try the format. If they're interested and they want to keep playing, then I build on a budget for a reason. My budget decks are something I can give away comfortably to someone in hopes that they'll like the format and introduce other people to it, or maybe keep showing up each week, which would be the best thing. You know, it really would do a lot, I think. So let's get to there. So I'm not really drawing my lands. I'm not super excited to like go into the Lotus Cobra. I think the thing to do here is I can gain some incremental advantage by not taking 3 damage every turn. So there's that. Yeah, that's the thing to do before combat. I'm not going to worry really about after combat yet. I should have attacked with her too. Well, no. Let's let him think I need to use her for something, because I do have mana open. Right now I'm just trying to turn the worm, as it were, and flip the board back over to my advantage. I think I'm going to attack big. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 13, 14. So I can get pretty far next turn. That is a good choice. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to do 14 next turn. It's a risk. It's a risk, yeah. So it's a big one. Because he is also playing blue. He's tapped out, so this would be the best time to go for the win. So now that doesn't mean they don't have something. I mean, it's magic. It's very possible that they do. This is helpful. This is very helpful. So the Avalanche Caller is the weakest card. So that's what goes. Next, we'll attack. So close. See, I only have to get in with one attacker now. So let's see how much he can play. So that's really what the game is riding on. Oh, good game. Nice. Wanted to say thank you, but it doesn't always give me the option I want when I want to be a nice or kind person to my opponent. So that's my first win out of 3 games. Knowing when to concede a game is not a bad plan if you just want to get to 15 games as fast as possible and get your most drafts in. Sometimes even reading the opponent's deck before you get in too deep is also like just a good plan. Just a good plan. I think I'm going to do this one more time. And that is a sad puppy dog sound. Maple. Yeah, you can probably see her just in the very bottom corner of my camera. Sorry this hasn't been super fun, fast, and exciting. I was really hoping to kind of display some stuff. I do have a question. So I have something that's weighing on my mind. I'm trying to decide whether or not I do a video about it or whether or not it really fits the Oathbreaker feel of the channel. And that question is how do people feel about alchemy? I have my own opinion and I'd like to discuss it, but I don't want to like force my ideas out before somebody else talks. So I really do want to hear what people have to say. You know, because yeah, so it's the new arena format. For anyone who's not aware, it's going to be more Hearthstone-y, would be the nicest way I can say it. This is going to be a rough one. It's more Hearthstone-y, is the way I would probably say it, and in that it focuses way more on digital cards, rebalancing the cards within Arena as the standard goes on. I can see the upsides and the downsides of both situations. Bummer. So, I can certainly see both sides of it, but I have a very definite feeling about it. This is not great. Let's go here. If that had been an island, I would have left it there. Let's just pass. Yeah, there's not really good reason to attack into a death touch creature at this point. Yeah. That's good. That's good. We'll see what they do. Interesting. Let's run this out. No tax. Do you need to go potty? Can you wait till I get to the end of my game? Can you? Can you please wait for me? Can you? Can you? Can you? I'm so sorry. I really am. It's really hard for me because at this point, if I go to take her out, I'm probably going to hit a timeout or something. I'm not feeling super great about this demon because it is basically a very good lost condition on board if I let them have it. And we've got some life gain synergy here too. Probably going to put this on top next turn based on what's going on. Really, in hindsight, I wish I would have left that forest on top, because at least that's better than no land draw. Probably looking at one in the air for sure. A slow game with a slow play pattern is not like great for trying to have a really fast morning, get my grinding and my wins in, get to recording videos, getting to making more content for people, making deck techs. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I can admit to seeing something like, oh, wish that had been my idea. You know what? Let's tell them that's nice. Let's give some good vibes. Let's be good people when we can. You know, I'm gonna need to destroy that enchantment. I definitely am. I can't get ahead on this. I'm gonna actually concede this, I think. Just to get the dog outside. So let's go to intermission. Might take a break to do that, and there'll be the BRB. I appreciate you guys. Anybody who's here with me this morning, watching me play this morning, hanging out with me. I hope you're maybe online playing too. Maybe we can do something together. I'm probably gonna go back into this deck. I've got like 4 games in now. It's mostly been my loss. So now it's time to go in and do some tooling and see what needs to be updated from what I got. I'm getting very close to my second daily goal, my second daily, so we'll do that. So that there is the puppy dog outside. Let's get back into it then. Going back to gameplay. I think I need a change of pace. And I apologize, this may not be what people kind of signed up for, but I do need to work on building my card collection. Because having a bad pool of cards is always going to kind of put me behind the 8 ball for playing Brawl. I need to have, I'm playing just standard Brawl right now, so I need to have a better pool of things. Now, it hurts me because at this point, since I'm trying to build a collection and commons and stuff are easier to wild card, it's really more important for me to work on picking up the cards that are harder to get, especially if they're legendary creatures. So I'm afraid it's going to force me into a certain play pattern, you know? Um, None of this is bad. Now, what you're going to see, since it's been so long since I've done any drafting, even in the real world, is I'm going to make mistakes. I can admit to knowing who and what I am. I have a deck this needs to go into, and I really don't want to play against it. I think in a quick draft, I'm not actually with anybody else drafting, is the way that works, but better safe than sorry, just in case I'm wrong. I'm not really forced into a choice yet, but I'm starting to get forced into a choice. Yeah, I'm going to regret the decisions I'm making soon. Hmm. Yeah, let's get some creatures first. Some removal. Some draw. Hmm. Not happy with any of these choices. These are all kind of garbo. You know, playing by yourself. I almost said something else that would have been less. I don't really want a second one of those. I don't even really want one of these. Yeah, not great. I'm going to have a hard day. I think I just am going to have a hard time with my wins today, which is fine. There are worse things. I don't have to be the expert. I don't have to win everything. I can just enjoy the ride, you know? I think a lot of people put too much stress or struggle on that sometimes. I mean, I don't like that, but you get what you get, right? Well, not ideal. I'm also picking up cards specifically to build my collection, so if you see me take something that seems a little bit random from time to time, there probably is a purpose. Well, none of this is good. This is all bad. This is all too expensive. I'm going to have a bad day. I am going to have a bad time. Not ideal. Not ideal. Pick up a second one of these. I'm going to get forced into taking some real bad choices soon. Okay. Yeah. Take the mana ramp. Take the mana ramp. Take the removal. Yeah. Yeah. Bummer. I went too far down one rabbit hole. All these are terrible. All of these are terrible. I guess I'll take the armor. Just to take the cradle. And sure. It's as good as I'm gonna get. I really wish I could make some better choices, like that I wasn't trying to build up my my collection, because it is half forcing me to take some suboptimal picks as well, simply because I don't have enough standard to play any sort of standard construction deck, to build up my ranking, or to do any of that. I actually am really struggling in Brawl right now because of that very reason. So, you know, it's one of those. I have been picking up quite a few commons just for the hopes of being able to have something to play, I guess. This is all terrible. Just really bad for me. Fudge. Just not great. I've already got 2 of those. I don't feel like another one's going to help me. This is not good. No, this is not good. Well, you know, you do your best. Huh. Sure. He's good. I've got at least one of these exploit creatures in the deck already. So let's see if I can't maybe start working towards an actual, like, definable goal. You know? It might be too late. I may have gone too far. Not ideal. Just terrible. Just garbage. Just garbo. Well, I'm pretty sure at this point I know what I'm doing. You know? Okay. Oh, I see what they're saying. I see what they're saying. Probably going to have to drop that. Oh, I see what I'm doing this wrong. I see what I'm doing. I'm doing this backwards. This is how I know I suck. So let's see. I'm going to let it kind of just auto update the land. Because I think, let's start here. God, I should have drafted differently. So 8 cards. Well, I got zombies and humans for the most part. Oh god, I'm spread out a little thin. I don't think this is actually providing me with a lot of value. Let's see, any suggestions, anybody? I'm open to suggestions. This is nice. I doubt I'll get to do it, but it's nice. It's nice. I should be taking bombs out of my deck, but I get down to 40, so. You know, with all the flying vampires, I'm feeling like that's a good in. Where's my sharpshooter? I feel like when I... Yeah, that's fine too. Those is fine. Hmm. Yeah, this is rough. This is rough. I'm gonna regret that. I can already tell. Let's see how far I get, folks. Let's see how far I get. At least I'm building up the collection. If I can get some wins, it will really help me. To this date, I can even show you my store. I have never purchased anything on Arena. That is getting harder and harder to do. It is hard to be competitive in a place that is so monetized heavy. I still haven't heard anything from anyone about alchemy, so I'm just going to move on from that conversation. I'm mostly like I wanted to discuss it to see if there was an interest in it or what people thought, because that will help me decide whether or not it's like a good video or good content for me to put out there to my audience, because I don't want to make stuff that doesn't mean anything to you guys. And since it's an arena format and not like Oathbreaker and it's really what you come to me for, it is both something I want to talk about and also something you might not get any use out of, and I don't want to just fill your ears with garbo, with with crap. You deserve better than that. I should respect your time, and provide you what you're actually coming to YouTube for from me. So that's my point of view. Wow, not a bad start from our opponent. Well, it does change my play pattern a bit. I do feel like a flying blocker would have been nice. Too bad I didn't get one. 1-3 doesn't really do much here. So, we're maybe a turn away from doing anything really helpful. I think I'm going to play it easy. See what happens. Yep, they know I can't block, and they know they can't block either, so that trade won't happen. I mean, it's worth it to them. Good choice. Interesting. Huh. So he really didn't lose anything doing that at the moment. Let's do this. That actually helps. That does mean wonders. Okay. That does too, because I do feel like I'm going to have to start digging. You know, really do. Don't want to have to block here, but I'm probably going to have to be okay with losing a creature. So what am I looking at? 7 damage? Sure. That's a good choice. That is a good, strong choice. I do not fault you for your choices that hurt the hell out of my face. Well, with the men I have, I can pretty much do everything. So let's see. I can't draw myself a better card. I hate to do a land, but it is kind of the best option. That didn't get me as far as I was hoping. But a 113 is an excellent blocker. I do kind of hate that my stuff is entering the battlefield tapped right now. You know, let's just keep getting in there. Let's just keep getting in there. Again, not my best choice. This is the choice I get to make. I am going to get to do the thing. Interesting. Interesting. Perfect. That is nice. That is exactly what I want. Is my stuff going to untap? Because that is what I need. That is what I need. I think my opponent doesn't think I have any way. He's got a kill spell. He's got a kill or a return spell. Well, so I'm not gonna have much luck doing what I think they're doing. Let's do this. There's gonna be a response. If he doesn't kill this 13/13, I'd be very surprised. So what I need to do is put this on somebody. That was the best choice. That was the best choice. That actually changes my play quite a bit. Gotta have to discard first. That didn't help even a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. Nope, nope. Nope, rope. He's doing pretty good. He's doing really good. Jeeber. Justin Jeeber. Justin Jeeber. Now this Spirit Vampire build, because it's almost a Flying Man build. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, not being able to block there hurts. I should have attacked with Vulcan Wrath Warbearer. I can't block anyway, so that would have been the right thing to do. I do believe I've made some play here in the blood tokens. I absolutely did. I absolutely did. Yeah, I missed some good opportunities here. That's nice. That's really nice. I think this is pretty much a game, but since life is low and it's close and I've got blockers, I'm going to try to see what I can do in one turn. Try to see what I can do in one turn. Yeah. No, there's nothing I can do, actually. I hate conceding. I really, really do. I do it frequently simply because I'm trying to get through my games, get through my play. But when I'm playing something I've actually spent hard-won, hard work for gold on, it hurts me. Oh, I have to submit one, I see. I thought it was them that was holding up the show. That's me being a bad night. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, we know that's game. Who? Well, I might lose this draft super fast. And that'll kind of prove my point of, like, not having good drafts, not having played Arena in a long time. Which also speaks probably inadvertently to how I feel about Alchemy as a format on Arena. This is going to be the last game I do on stream. I don't really want to waste anybody else's time. I don't know that anybody else is going to join me. But I do appreciate anybody who has so far. Because I know that this can be exciting, it can be fun, it can be enjoyable. I certainly love connecting with you guys. But it can also be a little dull to watch somebody else play a game, you know? If you're okay with watching lose and cry and hurt and be sad, then yes, I will provide that. But I don't know that I want to have anybody like die hard stuck in here with me forever. I'm gonna keep this. Probably try to hit for like 3 on turn 2. You know, do what you do. Do what you do. So let's keep this 7. I didn't really get a lot of land last game, so I feel like this is the makeup course. Let's do this and this. We'll see what they play. What they play has a big effect on the poor decision making I can make. Oh, I didn't play Swamp. I have forced myself to make a certain decision. That's fine. Yep, that's fine. I know what I want to do. This is not ideal, though. Oh, the dog wants back in. It's really hard to like have a pet and play a game with timeouts where you can lose a match simply by having to be a responsible adult. It really, really is. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can counter it if you want. I won't stop you. I can't. I would rather than waste that card on that, honestly. If I'd run out of Old Ruststein, I'm pretty sure they would have countered it too, so... Steam. So, knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. I kind of know that I'm probably playing into counters now. Yep. Yep. If that goes to my graveyard, that's not terrible, because I have a creature that cares about that. But it does put me off my play a little bit. Uh-oh. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Huh. I know that seems weird, because attacking for 3 probably seems like the better move, but I want to, like, get through some of this and ramping and getting a creature that can be bigger based on the number of creatures in my graveyard. Probably the better long-term play. I'm thinking he let me keep this because he's going to let it grow in false sense of security and then just use a black kill spell later. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Well, that tells me something. It's fine. That is totally fine. I mean, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Hoping for that to be a creature. Really hoping to get my taxidermist to transform. Because then I've got a solution. Pass to combat. It's early game, like we picked before. Hoping to like get ahead, but life doesn't always work that way. Looks like him getting some life there. Not ideal. Got some treasure. Let's try to ramp 2 more. Get some of these Garbo lands out of my way. Cool. Not really staying very far ahead right now. Yeah, this is the 1-3-3. Next turn, I probably don't attack with my 3-3. Oh boy, it is a process, I tell you. It is a process. Pass. This was fine for now. I'll bank some mana. Yeah, I don't want to block, actually. It hurts. Right now we're keeping parity. Well, not really, but... Okay. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. Cool. That helps. I gotta just kind of start swinging this the other direction. Nope, shit. I don't have a good way to do 4 damage in a turn. That's fine. Now why... Oh, I see. Doesn't seem like I'd want to do this, but I really kind of do. I would love to have a 3/4 taps for 2 mana creature, but honestly, I'm getting some value. Moving this is good. I can't imagine he doesn't have a bounce spell or a pump spell. Seems good. Seems good. That's fine. I took a risk. Removing the lifelink creature is actually pretty much a requirement at this point. Getting that out of its hand is too. 4 more creatures in my graveyard. I could swear to God there's 4 more creatures in my graveyard. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm 1 short. Well. Okay, that's fine. I know what I must do. Not a fan. Oh, I did 0. Fudge me. Oops. I should know better. I'm in a sticky place right now. I'm in a sticky place. It's nighttime. You have to pee. 2 spells straight back. I'm out of gas. He's got decent gas. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, so nice. Really a problem. Really a problem. That is bummer, dude. Bummer, dude. Yep. Okay. I mean, it's not good. I'm in a conceding zone now. This has done a lot of work, and I have mishandled dealing with it. So, and I can't do 4 damage in turn, so I can't get rid of that broken window. This is way better than I would have thought. I was evaluating it for I think the wrong format and was looking at it as if it's Garbo, and it's not. Yeah, that's bad. Got blockers, but I'm gonna pick up my second loss here. It's almost assured. This is just a lot of good value. I did pick up quite a bit of removal during the deck building phase, but if I don't draw any of it, none of it counts. This is the time to maybe give up. Give up, give up. I ain't holding back anymore. Give up, give up. You know, it's not ideal. That's going to get him another slug, I believe. Yeah, this is bad. It's just such a bomb. It's another slug. Who played it? Oh, gross. Yeah, this is the time to concede. This is the time. Let's not waste anybody else's time. Let's not make you guys watch an unfun game. Let's not make me play an unfun game. Let's just give them their win so they can get on to their next game. That's what they need. That's what I need. It'd be cool if I could get to a game I could win, but I'm starting to realize I think most of the really hardcore players, most of the people who don't get to play as often as they want, there's a lot more people playing today, probably with better draft skill than me, which is fine. Game 1 I misused blood. That I could have done a little bit differently. This is bad. No, this is not keepable. I hope they mulligan too. Lissandro Sanchez is who my opponent is. See if I can't get in the habit of, like, with some bravado, introducing these people and being kind to them on stream. Yeah, let's mulligan. I mean, this is somehow a little bit worse, but I can't really afford to go down much further. I guess that's okay. Got some plays. White. Betting white black or white red is probably what I'm up against. Yeah. Nice. That is a problem that I need to figure a way around. I'm gonna regret having not saved that for like a Toxicrow or something like that. I really am. I can already feel it in my bones. Yeah. This is really just a 1-for-1 if it exploits. It hurts me. This is going to put me further behind if I actually use the exploit. I found a counter, to use it on. 4-2 is pretty good. 4-2 is pretty good. In fact, it's so good, I want 1-2. Yeah. How important is your 4-2 to you? I really don't want to trade, but if we have to trade, just so I can kind of keep some parity or stay a little bit ahead of them since they went first and I had to mulligan, I'm going to do what I got to do. Okay, no save card for it. Cool. Well, I'm going to get myself another 4-2 next turn. Won't be able to swing, but I've already overcome 2 pretty nice-sized obstacles. That is a smaller obstacle that I am okay with. Doesn't fly. We're going to decline the exploit trigger. I'm going to suit up my zombie. Now, why did they get to draw a card? That's weird. Okay. Oh, it was the raw step. Just ended my turn after that choice. Cool. Nifty. Nifty. I guess there wasn't anything else I could do. This is the thing I don't like about Arena. You don't have to understand triggers, steps, and phases. There's a lot of things you don't have to learn as a Magic player to still be able to play on Arena that I feel like paper forces you to do. It forces you to learn certain play patterns, skills, how the stack works, how different abilities work. And again, there's stuff you can do in Arena you can't do anywhere else. This is a bummer, because this is definitely a life gain deck of some sort. I don't know that I want a 1-for-1 here. I'd rather 1-for-1 here with the life flicker. I don't want it to be a 4-3. I'd rather lose my 4-2. Okay. That is actually better for me. I'm not happy with this life total here, because it is trending in the wrong direction, but I just need to kind of keep on this journey I have started. I would love to win this game, but we'll see. We will see. This is just a problem. Some of these cards I didn't see, and other ones I think I ignored because I kind of knew what I was playing already by that point. You know, this training creature is going to become a problem. Yeah, this should have been in the right deck. I did not build the right deck for that. You know, that's not what's doing. You know, biding your time is not bad either. You don't always have to play aggressive. When you can be, it is often helpful. You know, incremental value at the beginning of a game will sometimes really pay off late in the game. Sadly, I'm on the wrong end of the value curve. You know, I think the mulligan hurt me, but that first hand was fairly unplayable. Yeah, this is a problem. Yep. I don't know if they see it. They do see it. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. I'm not going to give you your 2/2 zombie. Come on now. Okay. I'm close now. I think I was relying too heavily on Old Rustine to do some heavy lifting for me when I drafted him, and it put me into black-green, and I should have done that to myself. So if I don't draw Old Rustine or the other creature that makes my big booty creature better, down in that place, that's not great. Doesn't look like they have a lot of stuff that makes tokens though, so I'm probably fine. So, but plus winning her here is still really good because it takes me off my play. I'm probably going to take 3 damage. Yep. Yep.
Need a weapon?
Close. Yeah, this is a problem. Nice. Nice. I can respect. I can bring the respect. It's just a bummer. No, I'm going to pass. No blocks. 2 damage is fine. I kind of want to destroy this, but I feel like it's nowhere near as important as maybe destroying a potential flyer. I'm probably going to regret that. Yeah, let's go through. No. Do this. Bigger creature. 4/3. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. No attack. I want him to become a 3/4. That's also getting close to with that, so because that'd make him a 5/4. I do feel like my opponent's looking to remove this creature, which is fine. It kills his vampire. Because he actually disturbed this, I'll put him further from the goal of being able to turn his squire into a knight, which I'm fine with. The life link is rough. Yeah. Good choice. This is keeping me off of a lot of things. Nope.
Oh, I've got the perfect tools for the job.
You know, you can't win them all. What I hate is when I open packs of cards, real life packs of cards or in-game packs of cards, I never open planeswalkers. And as the Oathbreaker guy, the guy that depends on like planeswalkers for like everything, it often breaks my heart. It really kind of does. I can't really afford to let him get any further ahead. There we go. Yeah. Please. He's going to catnap the creature, actually. No. This is good. Oh, okay. He discarded to get it destructible. Then he got his enchantment back. Nice. Nice. Well. Believe it or not, that helps. I might be able to get back into this. This lifelink is a problem. And that Kai is a problem too, actually. A pretty big one. I don't know how stressed I want to be. I find one-on-one competitive Magic games like hang out to a talkative person, shoot the shit, have a great time, just really connect. It doesn't do much for me. I just feel actively, you know, kind of like. Now, I do admit that, like, the more Magic I play, the better I get at Magic. It's one of those skills that it is a muscle. It grows when you exercise.
Need a weapon?
God, this guy is good. I mean, I can afford to take the 2 here. I don't want to. This is bad. Seems good.
It's on now.
It's feeling like it's game. Yeah. That's feeling like it's game. I don't like to see that. I don't like to be so defeatist, but just having a really hard time of it this morning. Yeah. Not ideal. That was the right play. They're actually they're doing well. I'd be surprised if they don't up Kaya again. Yeah.
Just how I showed you.
Put a 1/1 count on that creature. Good choice. 3/3 with fire is the only attacker. I'm on a 3-turn clock. That canopy card I used to destroy the light game thing just for him to replay it again. Really regretting I didn't save for a fire. I kind of said at the time I knew I was going to feel that way. Why is he 3? Ah. Let's go better here, I think. Oh, this is just a useless card. Yeah, that's the better plan. Combat. I mean, because what else am I going to do? Wish these spiders had reach. I know, it's a low bar. It's a low bar. Yeah. Yeah. Be a better Magic player, Chad. You can do it. I have faith in your ability. I like this creature. I really do. I like Old Rusty, and I feel like in a different format, I could make something really amazing around it. And it makes me want to play like a Dredge style self-mill green-black deck in Brawl. And I did pick up a couple cards for it, so that's cool. And this is becoming a problem. Yeah, I'm just going to concede. Yeah. He's doing 1/6 damage. I'm going to do no box. I want him to get his win, to get his, yeah. Let's be kind. Let's be kind. You know? Well, that is a bummer. I spent 5,000 gold to open 4 packs of cards. I don't really felt like I got much out of that. Well, I haven't opened the 5th pack yet. Let's see what we get. But I do think I went down the wrong rabbit hole. Yep, I did. Well, somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. That is life. Jim will help. God wish would have got further. Would have been nice. Garbage. Okay. See what we got here. That'll take. So one of the things I am actively doing with my wild cards is not really trying to play standard, I'm trying to play brawl, is that I don't feel as bad about crafting cards to get my collection filled out. I do feel bad with Alchemy coming out and all the new cards constantly being released. I feel like it's getting harder and harder to grind your way any kind of success without spending money. And the fact that spending money on this is spending money on cards you can never play with, you can't sell. You get no investment. You can't move ahead. You have to be so invested in Arena, spending money to be really good at it, unless you are winning so frequently, or in Mythic, because that's the only place you can actually start getting money back out of the game. So I'm not too worried about collected cards. I'm worried about cards I haven't collected. Let's start with commons. So I kind of just want to look at things as I go. Yeah. In standard. There we go. So we're all with standard, so let's pick up stuff we can use. I'm just going to work one into the other. I know that probably hurts people. I do have an idea for a deck that this actually works in for these keywords, so that's fine. Let's see. Next, I've got an uncommon, so just work our way up the chain. Yeah, I'm just, like I said, going to work my way up the chain. It hurts my soul. It really does. But not playing off enough and only really wanting to do this very quickly on the stream with you guys makes me not want to like spend time like digging into every card you use. I know that sounds dumb, but I'm doing this with you, you know, so I might as well have fun while I'm doing it. I might as well make things fun, fast, and kind of easy. It doesn't need to be painful. It can be like watching Bob Ross's joy of painting. You know, you get my drift. Here's where I am. Here's where I am. You know, here I do want to spend money on something I actually want, like Grandmaster Flowers. I said I am an Oathbreaker player at heart. So picking up a Planeswalker when I know I'm never going to open it from a pack, because I never do, is the thing to do. So, is there one I want to play? I already got my Chandra. Yeah. Make this a little bit easier on my brain. There we go. Let's look at my mythics that are Planeswalkers. Jeez, this is tough. Well, I don't have enough elves. Like, literally, I do not have enough elves to make a go of this, so this is fairly useless for me. Feel like I'm going to end up with Professor Onyx today. You know what? Maybe let's move back to Brawl since I had such a hard time. Let's do something dumb with my brand new card. Yeah, I know. Let me out of this. I don't want to. I get that. I get it. I don't. There we go. Oh, boy. Let's just go back to Ducks. Lands. I'm going to do kind of the same thing I did earlier. No. This helps. Gets a lot of Garbo out of my way. Oh. Duh. Black. Commander. Black Commander. Let's do the thing I know I want to do. Yeah, let's just leave that on. It's going to be mono black, so I'm going to probably just let the system auto add the 24 lands. Access Tunnel, I think I'm going to want. Falling Wilds, I think I'm going to want. Gold Vein Pickaxe, Wedding Invitation. Simply just trying to build out a base, you know. Don't have enough. I need drop. I need like a pretty big number of instants and sorceries. So I'm actually picking up some cards I wouldn't usually pick up because I want to be able to use her static as often as possible. So it's really about getting to a certain speeds. This is going to seem pretty dumb. I also definitely need to pick up more creatures. So we're at the better part of our deck now, and it has done our lands for us already, so that's good to know. Kill spells are still going to be good in this, but now I am pretty much as far as I can go, I think, in instants and sorceries. Yeah. Yep, I need to pick up some actual creatures now. Without too much distraction. This is good because it's removal. Or, I should say, it's value. It's putting them behind, which, puts us ahead. That is how life kind of works. We do kind of have a little bit of synergy with this Molecure Blood Witch. I'm going super low for a reason right now, because I want to just test and play with it. Okay. Now I've got to start working backwards a little bit. This is dumb. This is a bad curve. Don't do this. I'm going to do it because I love jank. And I'm just going to the jank bank. And we're there, kind of. So let's go back through. You know what? It's bad, and I know it's bad. But let's do it. Let's do it. We'll tune as we go. Go back to Brawl. Let's delete this Garbo. Well, I'll delete it later. This is not the right screen to do that from. Anybody still watching, I hope you know I do love you for hanging out with me and putting up with me, watching my nonsense. Oh boy. Yeah, we can keep. In fact, we could probably drop quite a few lands and still, have the stack playable. It is a little rough because my planeswalkers are a little expensive. Let's get some info. Well, not super helpful. Yep. But, I guess that means they know we know what they know that we know that they have. Just looking to get the Lily, I think, at this point. Do I have any forced sacrifice? I'm pretty sure I do. We've got a warrior, we have a cleric. I don't think I'm going to hit any more party members for a bit, so I think it's just a good idea to do what we do. Yeah, there's no good attack there. That's not a worthwhile endeavor. Totsky is their important thing. Playing thin. This is a problem. That puts us on a poison counter clock. I can block with the 0/4. I have no issue with that. I just don't want to take the damage and let them draw a card. So don't take the damage. Don't. That's going to happen. Have it happen to that and not something that maybe I had a little bit more emotion for, and now I kind of see it coming next time. No good attacks, which is a bummer. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah, that's fair. No good attacks. No, I'd rather use this on the block. I want to use it on the Blood Priest because I feel like that's going to give me some mileage. You know, didn't want to have to use it, but it is what it is. Is it worth getting my Malakir Blooded Witch into the graveyard to prevent him from drawing a card? It is. It is because I think I have more willingness to play it. So it doesn't stop Totsky. I don't like I'm on poison counters, but I didn't take any life damage, so half a dozen 1/6 of another. Half a dozen 1/6 of another. Yes. Got one card in his hand. I don't know if it's worth exiling for that. It's not. Yeah. No tracks. Mm-hmm. I hate to take the poison here. I really do, but that's fine. Hmm. It's harsh. That is harsh. Yeah. I know what I want to do with it. I'm not having a great morning this morning. I won almost every game I played last night. I F&M. So maybe this is just like payback for that, you know? Um,
Sorry, you don't make grade.
it's a while before I'll hit this guy or Totsky with this ability. Because this is pretty much my only answer to Totsky. Yep. I think I'm just gonna give up. We'll get to the end of this game. I'm gonna call this a bad stream. I'm gonna leave a post. You know, the whole point is for me to get better at streaming, better at connecting with my community, and just, you know, generally continue to build my skills overall. This is the best block. Oh, it's not a bad. It's not a good block. This is my best block. No, this is my best block. This is just, you know, just bad. Is the way I would put that. You know.
Rowdy for my tastes.
Yeah. Just not a winnable game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I lose here. I just need to concede. Well, this has been a pretty disheartening morning. It makes me unhappy to play Arena. Like I say, I want to play with people, not against people. I know it's a weird, sounds convoluted, but the point is I want to play with my friends in a situation where I can talk and jar and enjoy what we're doing together as like individuals and having a good time. I like politics. I like stuff I get from that one-on-one interaction I get in real life. In Arena, the emotes and emojis, the couple phrases they let me say, they don't do enough for me to connect with the other person. Do I wish there was a chat function in Arena? Yes. In my real world day job, I work in insurance and I understand the legal liability that comes along with them allowing a free and open forum for people to post vitriol and asshat and negative shit in there that they would then basically be hosting. What they've essentially done by not giving us a chat box in Arena is they have defanged um, shitty people a little bit. You can still be shitty. There are ways. You can use the emotes in a way that is shitty. You can click on the map. You can do all sorts of things to be a distraction or a jerk if you want to be. But you can't say anything. You can't say anything terrible to a person. You can't try to tear them down. You can't. You don't have as much power. Words are pretty damning. Words can be a very mighty sword, as it were. I think I'm gonna jump off. Thank everybody for being here, for helping me with this journey. I'm gonna try to do Arena a little bit more frequently. I do have 3 videos to record today. I might do one on alchemy. I might do one on. I want to do a Planeswalker review for each of the Crimson Vow Planeswalkers, just to put up on the channel for how I would play them in Oathbreaker, just because that's one of the things I do. And then I've got my deck tech I still need to record. It's turning out that having a work life and a personal life doesn't always balance well. So I'm trying to get back to a point where I can get enough videos, enough content out to you guys frequently enough that I'm really serving your interest and your needs. I hope you guys are enjoying the new content I'm adding. Like I said, I'm adding hopefully 2 different streams during weeks. You can get with me and talk to me and we can hang out. We've also added the new MTG Lore News shorts to the channel. I'm going to still do the kind of learning shorts and some of the other stuff. The reason deck techs are harder for me is the sheer amount of time it takes to build a deck, do the resource search, put the video together, do all the graphics, get all the different card images and data. It takes so long that any time I can make one deck tech, I can do 100 other things for the channel. If you're interested in what I'm doing, please, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You can follow me on Patreon, I think. There will be links in the descriptions to different ways you can help support the channel if you feel you want to. You don't have to do anything. The very basic stuff is free. If you like altar sleeves, I'm an altar sleeve artist I'm trying to grow a substantial library there, so you can show your support of the channel by blinging out your cards in a investment safe way. And I think that's all I've got to say today. And I hope that all of you guys have an excellent day. And remember, you're a Planeswalker Spark. Lights up my life. I kind of need to change the way this game is.